Blog Talk Radio.
Call my home, study war no more, live in Shalawam. Only 144,000 of Jacob will make it in. Is Christ your friend? No need to pretend. Here's the question: did you walk in faith or did you walk in sin? Did you keep the law or did you pick and choose? Did you tell the truth about who's the real Jew? There's no excuse. You had the clues, but you closed the book and turned on the news. And when Christ breaks the sky, every satellite will fall from space, hit the earth and die, and then fight after disaster from the master. Puzzle faces looking for the rapture. True, the day that Christ provides birth so they can walk in heaven here on earth.
American dream, a family, a dog, a picket fence, a house that is clean. That's the root of happiness is every astray. The root of evil is money, it ain't the most highway. 144,000 will bask in his glory. Life is an apartment building, cause there's more than one story. I accepted the most high, and what was I on? Data past like Mike, and I'm the future like LeBron. I followed the commandments, cause the most high said so. Red ball and Xbox and get your wings in a halo. My people is flying, and it's making me sick. Just because you repent ain't putting you on that list. Ain't no cutting in line, ain't no paying the dough, man. Don't matter if you're rich or whether you're poor, man. If you're obedient and you're filled with the faith, then the upper room will be your final resting place, and that's heaven.
The throne of the Father, you still sinning, don't even bother. You not going if you follow Sean Carter. A little Wayne, he another Carter. From Obama back to Jimmy Carter. America not Babylon, it's just the daughter. Told us look at this that trying like 3/4. Some gon' die, you make it call a martyr. So elevate your mind and it cross expansion. I want a room in a heavenly mansion. Don't try to figure out your path, don't let it choose you. You can play it back, I'm not trying to confuse you. Poetical prophet, truth set me the gifted. Cerebral technician, the microphone I lifted. Thinking you can take to get in, you can save it. Signing off quad to 6-foot David.
Let me tell you what it feel like. Real right, so I'm back in the field like. Examine yourself before the judge come in the heat of the night like O'Connor. So I'm gonna show you how to live it when I spit it through the spirit. Hope you feel it. This is the spirit that teaches when you hear it. So when it's deaf ears, it's deaf dead. So don't step there. But self-rearrange and let the most high change you, my brother. That's what I utter with them dead bone tang. You them the strange fruit that used to hang. Now spitting out truth for the youth to change. To see us like heaven. When them guns down, when the word is your weapon and the Lord who you reppin'. Not Baal, but our masters in heaven. And there's no more jails for the nation. That's heaven. Yes, that's heaven. Heaven.
Well, it's the music, the remix music of Heaven, done by the Ohio Players back in the early 70s. And was it the early 70s or the mid-70s? Probably the mid-70s. And now it's mixed with the truth about heaven. Israelite touch right there. Hope you enjoyed that. And as always, you can find them at youtube.com. Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you and yours, wherever you are on the World Wide Web. You are listening to Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Radio Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. My name is Malachi, and I am your host and founder of the Men Empowered Organization. It is a Sunday, the first day of the week, November the 18th, 2012. So I hope you are having a good day. The chat room is open. Yes, I said it right. The chat room is open at this time. So for those of you who are joining us via phone, you can press 1 on your phone anytime while we are here live. For those of you all who are in the chat room, thank you for joining us. Finally, we got that chat room open up, and my engineers say that all is working well, and hopefully we're going to have a good show here on out through the series. So you all know we've got 90 chapters to go. That's right, we've got 90 chapters, and we are now in chapter 6. So imagine how many Sundays we've got to do to get through this book of Jasher. So we're going to go ahead and getting started real quickly on chapter 6. Just want to remind you, if you want to join in on our show conversation again, you can hit us up while we are here live at 347-205-9279, or you can chat with us right there in the chat room. As always, our office here at the Men Empowered Organization is area code 504-484-9388. Our office here is located in the greater New Orleans area as well as Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And you can email us at menempoweredtoprosper@yahoo.com. And yes, we are on twitter.com at menempowered. And we are going to go ahead and get started with it real quickly. Want to quickly remind you, on tomorrow, our first episode of CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. You want to stay tuned for that. That's at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, we are doing the Book of Jasher right here every Sunday, the first day of the week. The Book of Jasher at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget, the Gathering of Christ is here at Blog Talk Radio. You can go ahead and search that out. Just punch in Gathering of Christ Church. They are on the air 5 days a week. More powerful, in-depth study. Don't forget also, the Hebrew Academy is now accepting applications, and the deadline for your registration is December the 14th. And for more information on that, you can go to gatheringas1, the number 1, at AOL.com. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the book of Jasher, chapter 6. Want to let you know what the Genesis has to say. You'll see a little bit of difference on that. It's kind of like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All those books have different scenarios, so to speak, or a different analysis on the life and what Christ did during his ministry on that. So just like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you'll see Genesis as well as the book of Jasher, and you'll see in the book of Jasher, you get a little more to it and a better understanding than what the book of Genesis. Although we do need the book of Genesis, we also need the book of Jasher. And I want to remind you also, the book of Jasher was mentioned in was mentioned in the King James. In the King James, it was mentioned in Joshua chapter 10, verse 13, as well as 2 Samuel 1, chapter 1, verses 18. So those two references there, these people back in the day read the book of Jasher. Now, for Joshua to have good success, the Most High told him, meditate on the word day and night, and there you will have good success. we're going to get into chapter 53. And when we get into chapter 53, you're going to see a different twist to how the children of Israel came out of Egypt, and they were just powerful in book 53. 53 and 54. When we get up to that point, you will see some things that will relate to the book of Jasher in your King James, because Israel had much success back then. You know, when they were coming out of Egypt, they were trying to find themselves, and all the doubters had died off, and now Joshua and the others moved into the promised land, and they meditate on the word, and they had some much powerful success. They got their anointing back, I want to say. They got their anointing back because before this, the 12 brothers from from Jacob, the 12 brothers from Jacob had much success, much warring, and we don't know about this unless we read the book of Jasher. So that's why we decided to go ahead and do this series so you can understand and get the success on that. Okay, now let's go ahead and go with the book of Jasher, chapter 6, verses 1. And just want to remind you also, you can see the two parallels of this in Genesis chapter 5, beginning with chapter 28, where we are going to go ahead and get into the accounts of Noah and what he did with the ark. So you will see in Jasher chapter 6, this is going to be talking about Noah's accounts with the ark and the Most High. All right. Verse 1 of chapter 6. At that time, after the death of Methuselah, the Lord, it says the Lord, but we know it's the Most High, the Most High said to Noah, Go thou with thy household into the ark. Behold, I will gather to thee all the animals of the earth, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and they shall all come and surround the ark. While the Most High is summoning the animals and the beasts of the field. And I tell you, when the Most High says something, hey, the animals didn't have no problem obeying the Most High. When he said come to Noah, they came. And they came, you can probably say they came a running. Verse 2, And thou shalt go and seat thyself by the doors of the ark, and all the beasts, the animals, and the fowls shall assemble and place themselves before thee, and such of them as shall come and crouch before thee shalt thou take and deliver into the hands of thy sons, who shall bring them to the ark, and all that will stand before thee thou shalt leave. And the Most High brought this about on the next day, and animals, beasts, and fowls came in great multitudes and surrounded the ark. And Noah went and seated himself by the door of the ark, and all the flesh that crouched before him he brought into the ark, and all that stood before him he left upon the earth. Wow. Now that's something. All the animals that did not crouch before Noah, they left behind. Interesting on that. For those of you all who are just joining us in the chat room, we're getting started right here in Jasher chapter 6. Verse 5, And a lioness came with two whelps, male and female, and three crouched before Noah. And the two whelps rose up against the lioness and smote her and made her flee from her place. And she went away, and they returned to their place and crouched upon the earth before Noah. Verse 6, And the lioness ran away and stood in the place of the lions. Verse 7, And Noah saw this and wondered greatly, and he rose and took the two whelps and brought them into the ark. Verse 8, and Noah brought into the ark from all living creatures that were upon the earth, so that there was none left but which Noah brought into the ark. 2 and 2 came to Noah into the ark, but from the clean animals and clean fowls he brought 7 couples, as the Most High had commanded him. Verse 10, and all the animals and beasts and fowls were still there, and they surrounded the ark at every place, and the rain had not descended till 7 days after. Verse 11, and on that day the Most High caused the whole earth to shake, and the sun darkened. Wow, didn't see this in Genesis. The sun darkened, and the foundations of the world raged, and the whole earth was moved violently, and the lightning flashed, and the thunder roared. And all this is, I want to remind you also, all this is in the English now, translated from the Hebrew. And all the foundations in the earth were broken up, such as was not known to the inhabitants before. And the Most High did this mighty act in order to terrify the sons of men, that there might be no more evil upon the earth. Verse 12, and still the sons of men would not return from the evil ways, and they increased the anger of the Most High at that time, and did not even direct their hearts to all this. Verse 13, and at the end of 7 days, in the 600th year of the life of Noah, the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Verse 14, and all the fountains of the deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Remind me of a song I used to listen to back in the day by a legendary blues singer out of Mississippi. All right, let me stay on point. Okay, verse 15. 40 days and 40 nights. All right. Verse 15, and Noah and his household, and for those of you all who want to know what that song was, who wrote that song, 40 Days and 40 Nights, that was Muddy Waters. Verse 15, and Noah and his household and all the living creatures that were with him came into the ark on account of the waters of the flood, and the Most High shut him in. Verse 16, and all the sons of men that were left upon the earth became exhausted through evil on account of the rain, for the waters were coming more violently upon the earth, and the animals and beasts were still surrounding the ark. Verse 17, and the sons of men assembled together, about 700,000 men and women, and they came unto Noah to the ark. Verse 18, and they called to Noah, saying, open for us, that we may come in the ark, and wherefore shall we die? Verse 19, and Noah with a loud voice answered them from the ark, saying, have you not all rebelled against the Most High, and said that he does not exist? And therefore the Most High brought upon you this evil, to destroy and cut you off from the face of the earth. Verse 20, is not this the thing that I spoke to you for 120 years back? So these people had 120 years to repent, but did not. Verse 20 again, is not this the thing that I spoke to you of 120 years back? And you would not hearken to the voice of the Most High, and now do you desire to live upon the earth. Verse 21, and they said to Noah, we are ready to return to the Most High, only open for us that we may live and not die. Verse 22, and Noah answered them, saying, behold, now that you see the troubles of your soul, you wish to return to the Most High. Why did you not return during these 120 years, which the Most High granted you as the determined period? Verse 23. But now you come and tell me this on account of the troubles of your soul. Now also the Most High will not listen to you, neither will he give ear to you on this day, so that you will not now succeed in your wishes. Verse 24. And the sons of men approached in order to break into the ark, to come in on account of the rain, for they could not bear the rain upon them. Verse 25, and the Most High sent all beasts and animals that stood round the ark, and the beasts overpowered them and drove them from that place. And every man went his way, and they again scattered themselves upon the face of the earth. Verse 26, and the rain was still descending upon the earth, and it descended 40 days and 40 nights. And the waters prevailed greatly upon the earth, and all flesh that was upon the earth or in the waters died, whether men, animals, beasts, creeping things, or birds of the air. And there only remained Noah and those that were with him in the ark. Wow, this is something. Verse 27, and the waters prevailed, and they greatly increased upon the earth, and they lifted up the ark, and it was raised from the earth. Verse 28, and the ark floated upon the face of the waters, and it was tossed upon the waters, so that all the living creatures within were turned about like pottage in a cauldron. Verse 29, and great anxiety seized all the living creatures that were in the ark, and the ark was like to be broken. Verse 30 of chapter 6. And all the living creatures that were in the ark were terrified, and the lions roared, and the oxen lowed, and the wolves howled, and every living creature in the ark spoke and lamented in its own language, so that their voices reached to a great distance. And Noah and his sons cried and wept in their troubles. They were greatly afraid, and they had reached the gates of death. Verse 31, and Noah prayed unto the Most High and cried unto him on account of this. And he said, O Most High, help us, for we have no strength to bear this evil that has encompassed us. For the waves of the waters have surrounded us. Mischief torrents have terrified us. The snares of death have come before us. Answer us, O Most High. Answer us. Light up thy countenance toward us, and be gracious to us. Redeem us and deliver us. Verse 32. And the Most High hearkened to the voice of Noah, and the Most High remembered him. And a wind passed over the earth, and the waters were still, and the earth and the ark rested. And verse 34, and the fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. Verse 35, and the waters decreased in those days, and the ark rested upon the mountains of Arad. Verse 36, and Noah then opened the windows of the ark, and Noah still called out to the Most High at that time, and he said, O Most High, who didst from the earth and the heavens, and all that are therein, bring forth our souls from this confinement and from the prison wherein thou hast placed us, for I am much wearied with sight. Verse 37, and the Most High hearkened to the voice of Noah, and said to him, when thou shalt have completed a full year, thou shalt then go forth. So they were in the ark for a full year. Verse 38, and the revolution of the year, when a full year was complete to Noah's dwelling in the ark, the waters were dried from off the earth, and Noah put off the covering of the ark. At verse 39, at that time, on the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dry, but Noah and his sons and those that were with him did not go out from the ark until the Most High told them. Verse 40, and the day came that the Most High told them to go out, and they all went out from the ark. Verse 41, and they went out and returned everyone to his way and to his place, and Noah and his sons dwelt in the land that the Most High had told them, and they served the Most High all their days. And the Most High blessed Noah and his sons on their going out from the ark. And he said to them, be fruitful and fill all the earth, become strong and increase abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. Jasher chapter 7. We only have about less than 4 minutes left. So at this time, if you have any comments, I see I have several phone lines that are here listening to the show. I want to give you all a chance to make a comment or have a question on any of the things that we are speaking of before we go into our overtime. I just wanted to see if you want to give you the opportunity to do so at this time. So if you're in the queue, if you're ready to make a comment on your keypad on your phone, you can press 1. And once you're done making your comment or question, if you don't have any more comments or questions, go ahead and press 1 again, and that will take you out of the call queue. Okay, so while we're waiting for you all, with about 3 minutes left, if you have a question on this, you can go ahead, and I will look at my my keyboard here to let me know if you have a comment or question. We're going to touch in on chapter 7 just a little bit, and this is the beginning of this new earth that is now renewed itself after the floods. So let's take a look at this. Chapter 7 now, verses 1. And these are the names of the sons of Noah, Japheth, Ham, and Shem. And their wives. And so with all this here right now, the earth was repopulated to this day by Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right. These are the sons of Japheth. Gomer, verse 2 of chapter 7. Gomer, Magog, Madai, Jaffa, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus, 7 sons. Now, this is a lot of generations that's coming out. I'm going to right now skip down real quickly while we just have about a minute or so, and we're going to go into overtime. Let's take a look at the sons of Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. 4 sons of the sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabat, Ramah, Sector, and the sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Let's take a look at the sons, because you know the seed comes from the male, not the seed comes from the female. And the sons of Ham, according to their families and their numbers in those days, were about 730 men. Ashur, Elam were Shemshak, Mukah, and Hermon. Forgive me for not pronouncing those correctly, but I'm just doing the best I can. Okay? Shalom. Thank you for that. Now, at one particular time, I thought that all African Americans, as well as all Africans, came from Ham, but that is not true. the ones that are here in America came from Shem. And we'll go into that later on. That is probably going to do it right now for chapter 7, because we're going to look at identity theft. Who are the children of Israel? And we're going to look at this particular crime that was put on us here in the Western world. Who are these people? Because we were told in the Christian churches that we came from Ham. But come to find out that the ones here in America are all as well who are in the Western Hemisphere, such as the Native American Indians as well as the Mexicans here, the Ottawa Indians, if I'm pronouncing that right, they all came from Shem. And we're going to look into that on our next broadcast, which will be CSI. It will be talking about identity theft. So we're going to look into that and why did they change all that up. But beginning next Sunday, the first day of the week, the Sabbath is on Saturday. Okay, so the first day of the week, we're here every Sunday, and we're looking into the book of Jasher. So therefore, since we do not have any comments or questions at this time, I'm going to go ahead and end the show, and we'll pick back up next Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, depending on where you live. So until next time, we're going to get on the book of Jasher, beginning with chapter 7, and we're going to go into all those names. And, if you're at home and if you don't have a book of Jasher, why don't you write down a diagram or kind of like a network marketing chart to see where this particular generation went and who they begot this and begot that, and you will clearly see that the people here in the Americas are from the children of Shem. So we know who we are. We are the children of Israel, and we come from the seed of Jacob, which his line is Abraham, Isaac, and now Jacob. Jacob, Judah is awakening. So until tomorrow on CSI, right here on the Men Empowered Radio Show, my name is Maurice Herron, a.k.a. Malachi. I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on the Men Empowered Radio Show. Until next Sunday as well, I will see you, and I'm going to leave it out with my brother Hen featuring Uriah. I know who you are, so do you know who you are? Shalom.
I know who you are. Yeah, I say I know who you are. Come on, we stiff necked, we wild, we on the corner, wildin' out, we ignorant, we proud, rebellious.
I know who you are, boy, you need some help. Open your mind and free yourself. Truth and knowledge overpowers wealth. Put education on the shelf and take a second look and see which route you took. Fall in love with a bunch of crooks and forget you're the children of that book. To the enemies they told you, made you believe anything they told you. And left you with two decisions. You could choose death or choose religion. But you fell off Jacob's ladder and chose to listen to the master. Got caught in the devil's rapture. Now your life is a whole disaster.
Yeah, I said I know who you are. I know who you are, and I know where you're going. We stiff-necked, we wild, we on the corner, wildin' out, we ignorant.
ones can't see it, got a truth but don't believe it. Cursed with being disobedient to the days enslaved in Egypt. Then Moses said, let my people go. Still we act like we ain't know who was our father. We didn't even bother to listen, and not to mention we blatantly worship others. We went from one to another, we threw stones at our brothers. When they was trying to just bring us back to the truth, there's nothing wrong with that. Like Stephanos in the book of Acts, all he did was take it back.
Yeah, I said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I know where you're going. We stiff-necked, we wild, we on the corner, wildin' out. We ignorant, we proud, rebellious, our style.
I know the keepers of the law were standing tall, staying righteous above them all. What's the call, coach? The other teams fit with many men that's lost hope, cause they don't know the identity, but I do, so they envy me. Cause you're a nation of people that's so rebellious, accusers of your brother. When he speaks the truth, you get jealous, but I stay one accord with all my righteous fellas, cause we know who we are, there's nothing else that you can tell us.
Yeah, I said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I know where you're going. Yeah, I said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I know where you're going. We wild, we on the corner, wildin' out. We ignorant, we proud, rebellious, our style. To be like them, we try. Our own culture, we deny. So unaware, we blind.